going to touch on a few things here. There's a lot going on in the weekend of sports, mainly Super Bowl 56. A lot of interesting stuff in the NFL. There's things going on here in soccer. We're going to touch on all of it here next. Stay tuned. And welcome, everybody. This is your boy, Dre Giles. I'm joined here by Sino Crown.
Yes, you are.
There's a lot going on, man. I'm gonna jump right into it. I want to talk a little bit about this trade in the NBA. James Harden. James Harden was obviously not happy in Brooklyn. I don't know how is it that you're not happy in Brooklyn? I mean, you got a part-time Kyrie Irving. I guess it's better than a no-time Kyrie Irving. And you got Kevin Durant, probably one of the best players in the world right now. Well, he is one of the best players in the world right now. How are you not happy? I mean, I would be happy if I have these two to lean on all the time. But he goes over to Philadelphia. Now he's with Joel Embiid. I don't know. What do you think? How do you think that's going to turn out?
Yeah, he didn't give himself a chance. He didn't give pretty much Brooklyn a chance. For the short stay, what can you expect? Perhaps that's what he's looking for. Something stable.
Stable. This guy turned down a $130 million contract extension. Stable. And you get Ben Simmons here on the other hand. He's a crybaby. You ask me, my feelings are hurt. He says, well, I don't know if he said that, but that's pretty much the vibe that they're letting off. He doesn't want to play. He just quits on his team. You guys were one of the best teams in the NBA, and then you just don't show up for your team. When he did show up, he pretty much half-assed it, so it was like no point for him to be there. So now the kid is sitting pretty. I mean, now he gets to play with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. I mean, the Brooklyn Nets have I would say both teams have now elevated themselves to a platform where the NBA championship is now possible. That's what I think. I think they're going to both go hard here. Maybe a 20-game win streak, maybe for Brooklyn.
What are the odds?
20-game win streak. I mean, you got Kevin Durant coming back after the All-Star break.
Isn't that a prop bet somewhere? It's got to be, right?
I'm sure.
At least 10 plus.
10 plus, probably more than that for the 20-game win streak.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be a prop bet that says it 10 plus games.
Probably.
And then maybe 15 plus, and then maybe 20 for.
That would be nice.
Right,
like 50 to win 5,000 or something like that.
It's got to be.
And then on the other hand, here we got the Los Angeles Lakers. I don't know. It's miserable. Me as a LeBron James fan, I guess you can say, I'm not necessarily a Lakers fan. I would say a LeBron James fan. I pretty much followed his whole career from high school to now. It looks like he doesn't want to play anymore. That's what it looks like to me. It's like, I don't know. His teammates are not holding their own. There's all this drama with Westbrook. Should they keep him? Should they trade him? Anthony Davis is back. They played the other night. Anthony Davis didn't take a shot at all in the fourth quarter. How's your number two, quote unquote, which is really probably their number one player, not taking a shot in the fourth quarter? Lakers have been terrible, absolutely terrible. They go against Golden State tonight. Golden State has been on fire. I mean, they lost a couple games here, but I think they're number one, if I'm not mistaken, in the standings.
Yeah, number two.
Golden State, they're number two.
Right.
All right. Golden State is number two, yep, and then Phoenix is number one. But, I mean, it's still a few games left, so that could change. Steph Curry is always on fire.
Yeah, Lakers are ninth.
Yeah, Lakers are horrible. They're barely making the play-in tournament the way they're playing right now. I mean, it's just there hasn't been very many times here in the past few years or a lot of years that the Timberwolves have had a better record than the Lakers. And the Timberwolves are actually looking really good this year. But besides that, yeah, the Lakers go against Steph Curry tonight. I don't know. LeBron James has to show up. He has to show up. He has to take control of his team. Yeah, he has to man his team. He has to push them to will them to win. I don't know. The door is closing quick. It's closing real quick. And what is LeBron going to do? Is he going to retire? Is he going to go to another team? Are they going to rebuild? I mean, he's in his upper 30s now. You know what I mean? He is King James, they say. He has been on a tear. I mean, he's averaging, almost a double-double. You know what I mean?
But agreed that sport in general it's a young man's game, and
that it is.
it's I mean he's accomplished what his goals in basketball, right? Yes, he could win more trophies, but he has won trophies. He has won with multiple teams. He has made an impact in that elite league of his own. So even if it's, you just gotta enjoy it, right? You just gotta enjoy some of these, legends that are still playing, and
Yeah.
not necessarily, criticize them every chance you get.
Well, I mean, it's not necessarily criticism. Well, yeah, I guess he does have a lot of haters. LeBron James does. He does have a lot of haters. He should be able to do his own thing. He should be
Right.
able to be himself and not worry about what other people have to say and other people think. Yeah, I agree with that. But he's going to have a tough time tonight. Mr. Steph Curry went 5 for 16 on three-pointers his last game. So buckle up, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah, we'll move on though. There's a lot of other stuff going on.
Right.
Soccer. There's a lot of things going on in
Football,
soccer.
man. Football.
Football.
Football is going.
F-U-T, football. It is. Football.
The UFC tonight.
UFC.
That's kind of what I'll
UFC.
be flicking in between. I'll probably will check on the score of the Lakers game, but I'll most likely be watching the UFC. It's there's a few fights leading up to the fight for the strap in between Israel Adesanya against Robert Whitaker. I don't think anybody's gonna jump into a brawl. I think it's gonna be both are gonna try to keep their distance. Both are gonna try to stay off the ground, and just kind of pick at each other and try to win it on the scorecards. That's how I see this fight.
Well, yeah. That sounds like a plan. We'll see if they can execute the plan out in the octagon here.
But it is a fight. A knockout could come at any swing, any punch. So it's
any kick.
That's kind of why. That's what makes it. That's what makes the fighting game interesting, right?
The flying knee kick. That's what I like. The flying knee kick. Have you ever been hit with a flying knee kick?
Only on Street Fighter.
Yeah, right. Hopefully, I never get hit with a flying
that'd be tough
knee kick.
That'd be tough to digest.
Yeah, well, the early prelims started around 6:15 Eastern time. That'd be about 5:15 Central time. Prelims are at 8 p.m. and then the main card is about 9 p.m. Central time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. So yeah, we'll be most definitely watching somewhere. This is the event tonight. Obviously, we have the Super Bowl tomorrow.
Super Bowl is tomorrow.
We got to touch on this. I mean, we got to talk about this. The Super Bowl.
The show in L.A.
Joe Burrow.
Is that the show in L.A.? Is it the Joe Burrow show?
I don't know if L.A. is the show in L.A. or is Burrow the show in L.A. I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait to see this game tomorrow. I'll tell you that.
There's so much hype about it. I'm a football guy. As in
football. No.
As in
here, football.
I mean, you would say soccer, but I'm a football guy.
Oh my God, this guy.
So even this American football games got me super juiced. I'm like,
yeah, it's exciting.
There's so much hype about it. I mean, the thing about it is LA's at home. Not many teams get to play at home.
No, I think this is the second time this has ever happened, if I'm not mistaken,
in
NFL history.
Okay, that a team plays at home. Our Minnesota Vikings had a chance.
They just did it last year. Tom Brady just played in Tampa, if I'm not mistaken, last year.
Get out of here.
Yep.
Was it? And they won that game.
They won. So is the outcome going to be the same this year? I don't know.
So back-to-back home games for a team in the Super Bowl? You mean to tell me this is what's happening? Shit.
This is what's happening.
I mean, the stakes are even higher. There's so much hype about this. I didn't realize this. I didn't realize
this is
right?
what's
I didn't
happening.
look at it that way.
But another thing to look at, too, both of these teams were 4 seeds in the playoffs. They both came in as 4 seeds. We have a title of the number 4s here. Number 1, number 2, number 3, knocked out. And we're down to number 4. Number 4 is a lucky number, obviously, this year. Right. The Rams and the Bengals, they think they average about the same amount of points a game, about 27 points a game. Both teams average. So is this game going to be more offense or is this going to be more defense?
Well, how many points do they give up?
Both teams give up about 18.5 to 19 points. So, I mean, this is pretty much a deadlock game as far as the numbers go.
Right.
You know what I mean? And Cincinnati has proved that they don't care where they go. They go on the road and they win. So it's just another game to Joe Burrow, I would think. I mean, Joe Cool with the cigar and his big Nike chain and his trench coat. Joe Cool.
Joe.
Last night on the awards, the NFL Honor Awards, the host says he goes, so Patrick Mahomes seen a picture of Joe Burrow and the way he was dressed and forgot how to play football at halftime against the Bengals. Wow. Travis Kelce wasn't happy. Not at all. He actually apologized to Travis Kelce while he was standing on the stage. But anyways, that's beyond the fact. That was just a funny little joke to throw out there. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game, man. It's gonna be interesting. I don't know. I don't know who's gonna be the factor. Is it gonna be Cooper Kupp? Is it gonna be Matt Stafford? Is it gonna be Burrow? Is it gonna be Jamar Chase? Is it gonna be Joe Mixon? Is it gonna be Akers?
I call pressure.
I think it's going to be a lot. I think it's going to be a lot of pressure. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't think it's going to hit the 56 mark, the 58-point mark. I think they're going to come out and they're going to play each other rather even. I mean, they're number fours. They're both number fours. I think they're going to play. It's going to be pretty even. I think that the score will, the highest, I say 24-21. Now, I'm picking the Bengals to win. I'm picking the Bengals to win.
Plus 166 with FanDuel.
I got +4.
Yeah, +4 is the spread.
Now I put a nice little wager down here at a +4. Under 48.5 is what I took on my wager for this. Now, just like I said, the reason why, because I think that it's going to be a defensive matchup, or it's going to be pressure, it's going to be nerves. This is a Super Bowl. This is a big stage. You know how much stuff happens before the game actually starts on Sunday? They have shows. They have thousands of people out. It's in LA.
Well, it's the Super Bowl weekend.
This is in LA.
Actually, it's the week leading up to the game. I mean, there's it's coming.
Yeah,
it's coming. So how are you handling?
There's everything.
It?
I'm sure there's parades and there's. Let's not talk about the intoxicated people. There's a lot of those. The whole weekend has been a drunk mass. I would say.
And you're in LA, and
where all the stars are.
What are you? Right.
That's where all the stars are. LA. I mean, it's gonna be a big extravaganza. So I don't know which team is going to get wrapped up in all of the hoopla, I guess you can say, because you can get lost real quick and get so hey, look, it's a party. We're going out. Look, everybody sees us. Oh, then game time comes and you're like, oh crap, I got to play a game. You're not prepared. I wonder which team is gonna end up being that team. Is it gonna be LA, or are they used to it because they're in LA already? Is it going to be the Bengals because they're from, Ohio and, they're going to LA? It's LA. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, the difference between, let's say, a traveling team and a team that hosts any competition. So let's say you're at home, and yes, you do have your home field advantage in a lot of ways, right? You're you don't have to travel. You don't have to deal with the logistics. But for the traveling team, when you do have to travel, when you are dealing with the logistics and you're going through these motions as a unit, and you have this now, built-in factor when you're on the field where you've arrived as a unit. If you can travel that way, which seems like the Bengals are able to.
Well, yeah, you see what they do on the road.
So I think the pressure would be now on the home team to come together as a unit and host a game.
Yet another one, huh?
Right, another.
Well, and then you got to think about it too. Okay, yeah, like I said, the Rams. You're in LA already, so you should be used to it. But this is on another level. This is hot. This is a higher level. All the stars from everywhere are coming. All the stars from Florida, New York, Chicago, all these people are going to one place, so it's going to be elevated. Hopefully the kids can keep their heads in the game. Jamar Chase is a young guy. He's been amazing this year. What's funny is at the beginning of the season, before the season started, preseason, they were like, oh, he's dropping balls and he's doing this and he's not, we don't know what we're going to get out of Jamar Chase. And the season started and this guy, him and Joe Burrow just took off. So I think it's going to be more of the same. They're not scared. They're not afraid. They're not afraid of the Rams. The Rams on paper, yeah, they look better, but not really because their stats are even. You know what I mean? They're almost deadlocked even. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Just like I said, I got the Bengals. Who do you got? What do you think the score is going to be?
I'm I would bet towards a tight game, so I'm going to have to go with the spread. I'm going to have to go with and I don't see the Rams blowing them away. So I feel like +4 is
+4 is
just about
good.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let me tell you this. So everybody, this has been circulating the internet everywhere. The Simpsons. The Simpsons actually predicted that the Cincinnati Bengals would beat LA. I believe it was the Chargers, but hey, whatever. It's LA nevertheless. 34-31, right? The Simpsons have been right multiple times, more times than none. That's for sure. Maybe this is one of those times where I mean, did it persuade me at all in my wagers that I placed? Yeah, most definitely. Yes, it did. It did. You know why? Once Trump became president and the Simpsons called it out, they even called out this coronavirus thing. I don't think it was called the same thing, but everybody's getting sick and dying. It's the same thing. They call out everything. So
yeah.
I'm gonna take this. That's my pick. I'm going with the Simpsons. Cincinnati wins. That's what I'm gonna place my
Okay.
wager on.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say just that they win. It's gonna be a +4. I do have the +4, but I still think Cincinnati is gonna pull it off. Maybe 3 points, 21-24. I say the score is Cincinnati. Well, most definitely. Matter of fact, drop something in the comments, regardless of what. Make sure you always tune in to these episodes here. We're always on YouTube. We're always dropping new content at Dre Giles and at Sino. You can follow us on any social media platform. That is Twitter, that is Instagram.
We're there.
We're always there. We have websites. We have merchandise coming soon. Make sure you guys tune in, and we'll let you guys know what's going on. That's Dre Giles and Sino, something like a sportscast.
Something like a sportscast.